I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Donna Cantor. I'm president of the St. Andrew's Society of the Eastern Shore of Maryland. I'm Eastern Shore, period. Sorry. I want to welcome all our new members that are here today, and if you will please stand up so you can be recognized. I'd also like to thank Jim McLeod. He's the one. They're not letting me finish. Jim McLeod is the one who conceived of the idea of even going to the community center and seeing whether we might have an interest in curling. And then he conceived of the luncheon in which we would have a speaker to share curling with all of our members. And it has been a little bit more phenomenal than I had ever thought. I thought curling, Well, anyway, we had a great time. I'd also like to thank Tom Duncan, immediate past president, and Lee Thomas, our board secretary, for making the luncheon happen today. They coordinated with Scossa for this really lovely lunch. Thank you guys, it's good. Most of all, I would like to thank you for being here today. I know you probably have noticed that our programs are very interesting and more frequent than they've ever been before. We have a great team on our board that is not only thinking of programs, but actually being the ones to actually coordinate and execute them. And so we are offering you so much more than we were ever able to do before. We had such an active board. Thank you all. Let's see what else. I'm losing kind of thought here. In order to have the events and programs we have to have somebody in charge. And that person is Tom Dalrymple. And he has put together events and programs and meetings for the entire year. You can go on our web and see what they are, and so you can anticipate them and put them on your calendar so you can be with us. We're having a great deal of fun being together. It's hard to be in a society if you never get together, and COVID was really a tough time for all of us, I know. But being together has really brought a lot out of us, individually and collectively. Appreciate it. So, one of the most recent events we had has been the reason for our lunch today, which was curling. And I will tell you from my personal experience of not quite even knowing there was a stone involved in curling. When I went there, I was very apprehensive because unlike those people who could sort of slide there and slither their bodies down the ice, I'm not one of those. I'm afraid I'll hurt myself. So I was a stick person. And Peter taught me how to do the stick, and it was so easy. The other thing I was very apprehensive about is ice. I mean, you know how hard ice is and how slippery? And here I'm gonna get on the ice and try and stand up. Well, they put these little non-skid slippers on you, and you could literally run down the ice and not fall or slip, or, I mean, it's safe. Alex, you could do it. So when we got out there, we still didn't quite know. We paired up, and it really, we laughed so hard, we bonded, it was such great team building. It was a very unique and wonderful experience to have a sport at our age, most of our ages, to be able to do that and come off feeling great and not hurting. So I recommend it, and I hope all of you will come and participate next year. It will be sometime between October and February or March, because that's their season. So it'll be in the blast, which I was going to tell you about. So, you know, just because I'm curious, you get these email blasts from us about events that are coming up, and they're very timely. And I'd just like to see a show of hands. How many of you signed up for this luncheon with the first or the second email blast you received? Wow, that's a lot. How many signed up between the fourth and fifth email blast? Okay, there's more of you out there. This is what's so important, and this is what is creating the attendance that we have today. We are nudged. We are reminded. Right. And we're not trying to be pushy. We just want you to participate. And so we give you as much knowledge and information as to when they're going to happen as we do. And that all is thanks to Jim McLeod. The last thing I want to mention is that I'm so pleased to see all of you here today, so I can say to you that you are our ambassadors for new members. You have friends, you have family, you know what people like and don't like. And if you think that this organization is something that they might enjoy and appreciate hanging out with you, please, there are cards up here, right here, that you can hand out. It has our website and Facebook and all the information that you would need when contacting. And just pass them around to your friends. And, you know, don't push them, but encourage them to maybe take a look at our organization and see if it would be a good fit for them. We would appreciate that very much. Thank you. And then that was the last thing, right? But I have something else to say. The events that I was talking about come in many forms. One is the email blast, and one is from our wonderful events coordinator, Tom Dalrymple, who will now stand and tell you what the upcoming events are going to be.
So my family members appreciate it. First of all, everything is done with a committee. So there is a committee of people involved in doing this to recognize that. Our next event is coming up shortly. It is a potluck dinner at the church at St. Michael's Parish Hall on May 2nd. It's a Tuesday night. We will have a short business meeting during this. We'll keep it less than 10 minutes. But because of that, we're going to have live entertainment. We're going to be having the patio players join us. Anybody seen the patio players? Yep. You all know Randy Welsh? Yeah. Randy's got a band. Randy plays the flute. There's two fiddles, a guitar, and accordion. They tell this music. They're extremely good. They've been down at the Robert Morris Inn quite regularly. I've seen them. They're wonderful. They're going to join us. So not only do you get the pleasure of your company, the pleasure of great food, a short business meeting, you get live music, and I'm not going to be talking. May 2nd, mark your calendar, 6:30. After that, there is the Southern Maryland Celtic Festival, and Niall, our photographer, who's going to embarrass me in a minute, will be leading a group of us down there. So you want to join that, talk to Donna right there, the guy with the camera, he'll tell you about it. Those next two events, okay?
There's also one the 29th of April, too.
Next week.
No, that's
it. That's out.
That's Southern Maryland.
Southern
Southern Maryland, yeah.
And there's another one in May.
There is, that's later, we'll get to that, we'll talk about that later, I'm not gonna clog up the thing, just two things. Alright, so the big thing is, May 2nd, 6:30, potluck, bring your good food, your food's gotten really good, by the way. I think I'm beginning to appreciate it, and we'll see you there. So thank you very much, and we are now officially adjourned. Thank you.